Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? Happy Tuesday. How are you doing, my darlings? Huh? Some of you said, Fumi, stop shouting. We can hear you. You don't have to shout. Sorry. I'm excited to see you. Aren't you excited to see me? Today's episode is gonna be fun. Today's episode is all about what? Today's episode is all about eyeshadow. How to apply eyeshadow. I'm sure you guys are so fed up. I'm sure you guys say to yourselves, we influencers, we do too much. We're a little bit too extra. The transition. Oh my God, the palette is fabulous. This, that, and the other thing. And we just say, go into the transition area, go into the tear duct, go into the outer V. They're always calling me when I speak to you guys. I think they're jealous. I think they're jealous. You know. And so I said today, I am going to go through the step by step of how to apply eyeshadow 101. When I say eyeshadow 101, I am talking about an eyeshadow application for somebody who is wearing eyeshadow for the very first time, who is handling a brush for the very first time. I am going to do a look that you can wear everywhere and anywhere. You look pleasant to the eye. You can wear it to work, you can wear it to a wedding, you can wear it when you're traveling. You can wear it when you're going on your errands. You can wear it when you're going to see friends. The really simple, basic, classic, everyday makeup that you can wear to church and the priest is not offended. That's the kind of eyeshadow application I'm going to do for you today. It's going to be matte. Mattes are the easiest for you to do when you're starting out. All right, my darlings, I've done everything else. It's just the eye. So we should start with what? Let me come in a little closer. Do you like my pajama top? This is what I kind of sort of wear for real. When I am doing my makeup, I put a headband on and then I wear my pajamas and I do my makeup, I do my hair before I finally wear my outfit. You know, the wow outfit, the wow factor. All right, so my loves. So let us start. You need a base. You need a base. For me, what is a base? A base basically means that you have like a non-oily, creamy foundation on your eyelid. It could be actually concealer foundation. Oh my God. It's my girlfriend. We've been friends since we were 13 years old. Yes. Hello, my darling Willie James.
Hello, F.D.V.
Guess what? I'm filming.
Okay.
So you have to say hi.
Hi, cyber girlfriend.
I was just...
Got a great week planned.
Yes, we do. I was just telling them that we've known each other since we were, what, 13 and you were 12? Really, James? Oh my God. She was the most intelligent of us all, which annoyed us. So we bullied her like crazy. And she was so... She had this Grace Jones haircut and she had just come from London. I had come from Scotland. So we had this accent in Nigeria, you know, and we just go around and she was always like, my brother.
You know, you mentioned my brother. It's actually his birthday today.
Oh, let's give him a shout out. Happy birthday, Talks. Fumi Nation wishes him happy birthday.
Oh, I'm going to play him this.
No. I'm going to tag you on it. And I'm going to put it on Instagram and say happy birthday, Talks. I love you. You too. Mwah. Love you. Bye. Oh, God. I love her. Always smiling. And such a bright girl. So intelligent. She was great. I used to... I'm telling on myself. She was good in maths, physics, chemistry, economics, I think, macroeconomics. She did all of that. So, you know, we need it really on so many different levels. When it came to exam time, really, come and sit beside me. I need to pass. I'm desperate. I'll buy you sweets. She was the sweetest ever. Alrighty, let me start and stop this, okay? Alright, so I think I was talking about a base. Juvia's Place makes the best bases ever for me. Why? Because I have oily skin, I have oily eyelids. For those of you that have oily skin, oily eyelids, this is a liquid base eye primer. You can use your foundation. Like I said, you're starting out in the makeup world, so I don't expect you to have all the bells and whistles. That would be unrealistic. So if you have have a matte foundation, that could work too. I just take like a fluffy brush. Take any fluffy brush. I just grabbed this by RAINE. I have a discount code with RAINE. They're absolutely fantastic. The discount code is called Fumi. Shake the JUVIAS Place primer. I have a discount code with them too, FUMI. And they have 3 primers. I have, oh yes, I have all of them here. So they have a light, they have a medium, and then they have a dark. A lot of you always tell me, Fumi, you're always looking to the side. Right here is a monitor. And I have the monitor so that I can see what you see. Because sometimes when you hold objects, when you hold products, it blurs. So I can correct that and say to myself, okay, now it's visual. Do you see? I'm not reading anything here. It's my monitor that is here. Shake it because, like I said, it's liquid. You can put it on the back of your hand so that you have better control. And what I do is that I take my brush, just a little bit, so that nothing gets messy for you guys. And I put that onto my lid. Okay? And I just punch all of that in. And you put it basically where you want to have your eyeshadow. Okay? All the way up to the edge. The thing about eyeshadow, and even I was guilty of it, was that before I really got into the makeup game, I only used this part of my eyelid. That was it. That was all I thought I could use. And then when I started, going into, pro makeup and doing tutorials, I realized that, oh, you could really have beautiful eye stories by using the entire lid. Now, here's the thing going forward. I am no longer going to be doing Instagram makeup. I am going to be doing very, very, very natural eye stories for you guys because that's the reality. We do a lot of colorful eyes to show our skill, to stand out, to get reposted. But the reality of it all is that that is not how I go out. Ever. Ever. Do I wear colorful makeup? Yes, I do. But majority of the time, I either have no makeup on or I have a natural look on. And then, of course, I'll go out something fabulous or for like a fashion show or for like a photo shoot. And then you see me glammed. Yeah? Alrighty. Once you have done your base, try and blend it on the sides, okay? You take the same brush and you just brush off with a tissue. And you just blend out the sides. You take your neutral eyeshadow palette. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. And I am going to take the Mario palette. I'm going to take the Juvia's Place chocolate palette because it aligns with my deep complexion. So this is what we have right here. Boom. And you can see it's got browns, it's got beige, and it's got that warm tone color. They also have the Warrior palette by Juvia's. So these ones right here, they work. And of course, we have what? We have the Mario palette, and he's got an array of beautiful shades right here. Now, I am going to go in for a transition. For me, what's transition? We hear it all the time, and you're justified in asking. A transition shade is the shade that brings the top shade and the bottom shade together. It's blended in the middle here, and it doesn't look harsh. You can imagine if you put an eyeshadow here, an eyeshadow there, without anything in the middle, you're gonna look crazy. You are. As a matter of fact, you know what, Fooms? Can you do it? Yes, you can. I'm gonna show you what I mean. We take a lighter shade, yeah? And we put it right there. And that's a lovely, lovely color. And this is by the Warrior palette, okay? And the color that I took was this one. I'm going to do this wrong, and I'm going to do the other one properly. And because I have a primer, the eyeshadow now adheres, which means that it sticks to the primer and it will last longer and it won't fade throughout the day. And it's more pigmented. What do you mean by pigmented for me? It means that when I rub my finger onto the eyeshadow, it really shows its true color. If it doesn't show that true color, it's most likely not that pigmented. That does not necessarily mean that it's not a good palette, but we want to have the color really pop on our eyelids so that we can tell the story, yes? The same shade, yeah? And just put it up here, the high tops of my brow. All right, There we go. And this, my darlings, would be your eye story. Do you see how incomplete it looks? It doesn't look right. It's like, where's the rest of the color? If we use the same shade, it would look shocking, wouldn't it? So, my pajama top, if some of you are asking, is by Chelsea Piers. They are actually sending me a message right now. I hope they give me some for free. I love it. Like I said, I wear my pajamas, I wear my nightie when I'm doing my makeup. So that is why we use a transition shade. Now, if you notice, it has separated a little bit because we are talking. So we blend that one out again. And we go in with all kinds of warm tones. You can have red undertones, you can have orange undertones. They're all in the families of nudes, browns, and beiges, and creams. I am going to go into this shade right here with a big fluffy brush. This brush is a Morphe and it is an M511, okay? Now, as you can see, I didn't put anything on that side. So we're going to now put a transition shade in here. And right away, you can understand what I'm talking about. The transition shade should be in the middle of your eye because that is the darkest part of your eye. That is where your eye goes up and comes down. That is where you have the crease. Why? Because that's where your eyeball ends and your eyelid kind of tucks in behind the eye. Yeah? So we put in the transition shade here. Right away, you can understand how if I put this light shade over here, it would look much more pleasant to the eye because you have a transition shade. Okay? So we just puff that in right away. Don't worry about anything. Even if you're not good at makeup, just doing this alone will give some kind of shape to your eye. All right? While we're here, I'm going to go back to this eye and correct that eye where I only put the lid. And right away, you can see how it begins to look much more forgiving. It looks much better. And you just go on and on all over the crease. Right in the crease there. Just rub right in there. Okay? And you use a fluffy brush for this. Why, Fums? Because as we get into the crease, put in another shade to deepen the socket, we go with a smaller brush so that we can see the gradient effect and you can see how the eye story comes together. Okay? Voila. All right. Okay, Fums. Yes, we're getting somewhere. We are going to go with a smaller brush, like I said, smaller brush. And actually, I can't wait to collab with another beauty brand because I'm going to come out with brushes. Because you can have all the skill, but you need the tools. We're going to go in with a chocolate brown. And we're going to go right into the crease. The socket is much deeper and it has that beautiful fade effect. Juvia's Place does fantastic eyeshadows. We're going to go in with this shade right here. Okay? Shake off the excess. And with your tip, just go in. Do you see what I mean? If I had gone with the same size brush as this one, it would have meant that I would have been putting this shadow on top of this and it would look a mess. It would look a mess. It's like having a cake of icing. Yes, you put the first layer of icing on top of it first. And then now you need a smaller brush to write happy birthday. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that you can see the underneath shade and you can see the top shade. That's what we're doing. All right. So we take this brush and we gradually, slowly go right around the socket. Yeah? And that is just above the crease and onto the crease. Here is what we call the tear duct, because this is where the tears come from when you start crying. Oh my God, I didn't get the palette, it's sold out. Oh my God, Ola won't give me any more money. I cry from here, from the tear duct. And that tear duct, more often than not, we want to brighten up that area with yet another shade, and we will do that in time. But let us just blend this out first, okay? And this, my darling, is your transition. Alrighty? Okay. Blend it all out. Let it look pleasant. And in so doing, you need a thinner brush. You go back in with the color, and I go onto the other side. As you can see, above and onto the crease, right around the eye and out. And you just go back and forth until you have everything in place. Okay? If you make a mistake more often than not, you can rectify that mistake by blending it out. Okay? Just blend it out. You can take a flat brush and you can go in with a darker shade, and you can put that on the outer V. Why? Because it's a V and it's a V. Sweep it upwards because you want your eye to open up this way. If you look at my eyelash tutorial, I told you, put your eyelash literally upside down and let it open up your eye. Because if you laid it down, it made your eye heavy. It's the same thing with eyeshadow. If you put your eyeshadow and let it come all the way down here, it weighs the eye down. Take a flat brush. This brush again is Morphe and it is an M705. Take a flat brush and just sweep over your dark shade. Okay? If you are not sure, you can sweep over a little bit of a brown. Okay, this is the Mario palette. I'm using all three palettes that I showed you. Okay, and you put it to the side and you pat like so, and you just bring it upwards like so. Okay, and you just pat, and let it mesh in with the transition that you have done up above. Okay, and just pat gradually over what you've done. And you can use brown also on the sides. And then you can go in with your transition, the red shade, and blend that out on the sides. Like I said, blending is key. Okay? Blending is what, my darlings? Blending, mamacita, is key. Now remember, on this side, we did not put any white eyeshadow, so we're going to put some on now. This is not a cut crease. This is just adding some shadow on top of where we didn't put for the other one. And remember, because you're using a brush and it's dry, you can just blend out the top. And you go back and forth just to make sure that it's kind of sort of even like the other one. Okay? You take the Mario palette, you take the black shade, because we're going to put that on the outer V. You can leave it like that. Yes, you can. Absolutely. And then you can put a liner across it. But I just want to show you what you can do if you're not that great with an eyeliner. Okay? So you now tap on the side and you put in that black shade. Do you see? And that goes all the way. Take it all the way up here. All the way up. And you blend it. That's the beautiful thing about this, is that you should blend. As time goes on, I think another thing that you guys have to understand is the softness of a brush. When the brush is too harsh, two things. It will not pick up the eyeshadow like it should, and it will not blend the eyeshadow like it should. So you just graze that over seamlessly. Do you see what the impact of the transition has done to the shadow? It's everything. It's extremely important, above all else, to have a transition. Okay? And you just blend that all the way up. And there you go. And you can go back and forth and just see to yourself, does it blend? Is it the same as the other one? And you go right up. Don't be nervous about, going right up. You can go right up, and then you can even go over the lid and then come to where the tear duct and just lighten up the eye and open up the eye. See? Just open it up. And again, blend. So you have something like this. And you do the same thing. Because you do not, no matter what anybody tells you, you don't need that many brushes. The trick of it is that you start with the lightest and then you go to the darkest. And if you do that, you will only need 3 brushes at max. All right? And there you have your eyeshadow. One brush that you will need will be the fan brush. The Morphe 131, let me just double check. Yes, Morphe 131 fan brush. Beautiful. I live for it. I do live for it. I am taking the JUVIAS Place. This is the Warrior palette. Love it. And then I'm going to tap in. Why do you like this brush, Fooms? Because it's curved. And it goes naturally to where your brow is at. So you can, for example, take it like so, and you can just touch, literally just touch on the edges there. Take off the excess and just blend that in. And you just sharpen it and take it all the way. Then you take the thin brush that you had and you can go underneath, and I love this. This is the JUVIAS Place chocolate palette. You go in, I like the chocolate brown. Why for me? Because it's not black, and I'll explain to you. Yeah? You go underneath and you just go and graze the under eye, and that really completes the entire eye. It's so pretty. A lovely chocolate brown. You can go a little bit further with the chocolate brown and just blend and soften the bottom of this so that it looks soft. Yeah. And you just put it underneath here. See? Right away, it just softens it. And you do it with the other. Now, I am so in love with Patrick Ta's cream pencils, gel liners. They're absolutely fantastic. I think this is a black. You take your black. Is it finished? Must I buy another one with Ula's money? God. And you take it and you graze the bottom of your eye. Do you see? Are we having fun? Wearing liquid liners are tricky. Very, very tricky. I completely understand. Me too. You put it on one, it's bigger on the other, it's not quite, it's this. Oh, it's too much. So here, this is NYX. I live for NYX. NYX is just fabulous. It's a matte eyeliner. Fumi, what do you mean? I mean that when it dries, it becomes very pigmented. It's not shiny. It really just complements the eye. I would comfortably say the thinner the wand, the better. And you start on this side, yeah? Take a little stroke. That's the best way. Take another stroke. And then stop right here. And then connect them together. Now, if you made a mistake, for me, I made a mistake. The best thing, leave it, let it dry. Go back with your eyeshadow. So let me just let it dry. Go back with your eyeshadow and go over it. That's the best thing that you can do. Let me do it again for you guys so you can see. Just go over it and it will cover. so that there's no room for panic. All right? Okay. So I'm going to go over it again. And you make sure that it matches up with the other eye. But that's the best thing. Just let it dry and then go back over it. And make the correction. Let your eye be half open so that you know what it looks like when it is fully open. Yeah? All right. Each eye is different. I have hooded eyes, so I have to be careful not for it to be too big, because then it will be overwhelming. All right? And there you have it. Bad Girl Bang Mascara. I have short lashes. The wand is fantastic. That's what the wand looks like. And here, my darlings, is your eyeshadow 101. You can go anywhere with this. Choose to wear lashes, not a problem. Choose not to wear lashes, also not a problem. Of course, I'm going to wear lashes just to complete the look so that you guys can see. But in essence, this is what you have. Then let me tell you a trick. You can go over a bigger brush. Go over a bigger brush with that transition shade. Why the transition shade? Because it's the shade that brought everything together. And if you feel as if, oh, it looks a little patchy, it looks a little bit swing, guess what? Guess what? You can bring that all together and it will come together, because that one shade is the one shade that starts and stops with everything else. There you go. Not too much. Not too much. Just neutral eyes, and then from there you can go on to different shades like I had discussed yesterday in what are you to look for in a palette. But this is your makeup 101. And as you see, so you can wear it with the lashes or without the lashes. It is entirely up to you. But you have a beautifully made up eye look that you can wear anywhere and everywhere. As simple as that. Do you see? Let me turn it around for you guys. I'm going to put the lashes on and I'll be right back. But there you have it, my darlings. A beautiful eye story. Really, really simple. It's 4 shades. You have the transition, like we said. Then we deepen the transition. Then we have the light onto the lid. And we have it on the brow bone. Why is it called the brow bone for me? Because that is where your brow is. Your brow hairs are onto the brow bone. You know what his skull looks like? And you see the eye socket. On top of that is the bone. And because the brow is on top of that bone, we call it the brow bone. Then we have the socket, and that's what we call the transition. We have the outer V, because it's on the outer part of the eye. We have the tear duct. That's where we cry from. That's the duct where we can lighten so that we can brighten up the eye. As a matter of fact, let me just do that a little bit for you. And let's go in with Mario. And I'm having a little brush like so. This is JUVIAS. And this is JUVIAS eyeliner. But I'm just going to use it just to open up the eye. And we can put it right there. Do you see? Right there. Take off the excess and just blend that out. There you go. I don't want to do too much, but I just want to show you where you can just really open it out. Then we've got the lower lid, and that is the lower lid and the upper lid. This is the upper lid, this is the lower lid. We have the waterline when you cry and the water just comes onto the lid. This is where you can have it black, you can have it white, you can have it different colors if you want. It does not matter. And the best kind of liners are gel. Why? Because they're really water resistant. That's the point. And of course you have your lashes where you put on your mascara, and then you have your lash bed where you put on your false eyelash strip. All right, darlings, I will be right back. Do we love it, darlings? Do we love it? And this is it. Just a beautiful, gorgeous, neutral eye. You can wear a red lip, you can wear a neutral lip, you can wear a nude lip, you can wear a bold lip, but the eyes are done. You got the cheeks and everything, and you are absolutely good to go. I hope that this helped you, my darlings. I'm going to continue to do eyeshadow how-tos. We're going to do cut crease together. We're going to talk about shimmers and glitters, and when you're going for a party, and that really dramatic eye and that dramatic liner, and we're going to do like the under smoky eye. But darlings, this is it. This is it. If you want to go out, you're going to church, you're going to a wedding, you're going to work, you are going to go and see a friend, you're running on errands, the eyes are done. And you just keep it nice, yummy, and neutral. I hope you enjoyed it, my darlings. Leave all of your comments down below. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share. And I will see you very soon, my darlings. Okay? I love you. Bye-bye.